Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Karol Maybury of the Maine Cat Lab. People are talking about women, cat owners, and the American vote, three of my favorite topics. Today we'll examine the intriguing history that cats played really in women's voting rights, as well as the science of cat ownership and well-being. First, the science of cat ownership and happiness. While it wasn't the main area of our research project, Bryce and I this past spring did measure cat color, number of cats, cat personality, and human personality, and we happen to collect measures of neuroticism or emotional stability and the number of cats that people owned. Contrary to the stereotype, we found no correlation between neuroticism and number of cats owned in our more than 1,000 cat owners. This is in keeping with the 2019 study that examined 1,800 pet owners in the Netherlands, which also found no connection between neuroticism, well-being, life satisfaction as a function of pet ownership or lack thereof. So why do some people hold a belief that cat owners are less happy or neurotic? Repeating a myth keeps it alive. Just because something isn't true, research shows that echoing a falsehood has the effect of swaying people to that belief. In some of the darkest moments in history, we see the power of this communication technique, which I teach about in a psychology of persuasion course at my university. It's called the big lie or the reiteration effect, and it's something all of us should know about, especially given that we're often disinclined to seek out evidence that contradicts our gut feeling. Worryingly, a person's gut feeling that something is true becomes stronger and more resistant to correct information the more they hear about the falsehood or the more that they profess that falsehood. So back to women voting in cats, I want to tell you about a fascinating moment in U.S. history. Back in 1916, 4 years before the passage of the 19th Amendment, which granted U.S. women the right to vote, some suffragists traveled across the U.S. to rally and generate discussion about women's suffrage. This was the start of the wave that ultimately ended in the 19th Amendment passing. So it's a cool story, but it gets even cooler because it involves a cat. As Nell Richardson and Alice Berkey drove across the country, starting in New Jersey, traveling to Washington State, down through California, and through the South, to give impromptu speeches about women getting the vote. Along the way, they were presented with a little black kitten, a little house panther, who became their mascot. They named the cat Saxon after the manufacturer of the zippy two-seater that they were using for their trip. For more information on this amazing story, Mara Rockloff wrote a book 100 years after the trip called Around America to Win the Vote, Two Suffragists, a Kitten, and 10,000 Miles. I don't know about my fellow voters, but that sounds like a dream. A cross-country road trip in a zippy yellow two-seater with a gal pal advocating for equal rights, and hey, a cat joins us for the rest of the trip. Sign me up. If you have comments on this or another area of cat or human history that you'd like us to explore, please leave a note in the comments. Thanks everyone, and from this self-avowed cat lady, happy voting.